looking at how, from season to season, the drivers change, not just hairstyles, but their attitude. You look at some of them become more confident, more aggressive, better at their job. I think a game like this absolutely has to be authentic.
F1's a really data-driven sport. We're using that huge database of information so that fans are looking at something as close to real life as possible.
I think having the driver scans in the game, they just build the authenticity rather than just an anonymous character getting in with certain stats. It means you can relate to them much more strongly.
For us, one of the key sort of pillars of the franchise that we want to build is make sure that it's 100% authentic. And the way to do that for the characters is obviously to bring the drivers here so that we get real, accurate models of them. Got over 200 cameras here that are pointing at me at the moment. They take over 400 images. It takes about 3 seconds to do that. So there's a lot of flashes, a lot of images, but it's all over in 3 seconds. And then we take those 400 images and they get turned into a 3D model. We project all the photographs back onto those models and create a single texture of the driver's head. And that's what we use in game. Once we've got the scan data and we create the models and the textures, they get loaded into the game. We have all the drivers lined up so we can balance their textures, make sure they look correct under the right lighting. The process itself is quite quick, but obviously we have a whole batch of drivers to do. It's probably sort of a week or so per character, per driver.
I'm very excited to be a part of F1 Manager 2022. I play a little bit of managerial games and I enjoy it a lot. I feel like if it can be as close to real life as possible, it's more immersive. And if it can be more immersive behind the scenes in terms of how to manage a team. Obviously I'm a driver, but I've spent a little bit of time with the guys around. And I think just for people to get that experience and that insight into what we do is pretty special.
Not only do we have all of the wonderful drivers and the teams, but obviously we've got all the telemetry that's fed into that from previous races and previous seasons even, of how drivers respond to certain circumstances. That feeling of richness that I am running a team and it really does have those drivers is very exciting.
It feels amazing. I think people who likes you, your fans that can be using yourself in the game is always a special moment.